Alright, YouTube, today we're going to start on the Kawasaki 400 engine rebuild. It's a nice day, or nice evening I should say, so I thought I'd get started because it's about to get cold and rainy again and won't be doing much. Alright, as you can see, I've already gotten ahead of myself a little bit, taking off the cover for the fuel tank, the seat, and the fuel tank. I mean, it was 2 bolts, it wasn't really that much work. Got them out the way so I can see what I need to do. From what I can tell, I'm going to have to pull the front fenders too, just to make things easy to get to, because the valve cover bolts, I would have to reach them through here, so I'm probably going to pull this front rack and front fenders. It shouldn't be too difficult. I put them on there in the first place. When I got this four-wheeler, it was all disassembled. So let's go over what we're going to do. So this is a 90 something, like 99, 2000 Kawasaki 400 4x4. It's got an automatic transmission in it, full-time four-wheel drive, and the story with this one goes, a friend of mine lives not too far from here. His channel is Bullseye8231. He does the same kind of stuff I do, just more car stuff than ATV stuff, just because I don't think that's really his thing. He does, like, you know, Toyotas and stuff like that. But this was down the street from his house. Somebody had put it out with a free sign on it. It was all taken apart, you know, in a pile. And I guess they just didn't feel like dealing with it. So I picked it up, drug it over here with a chain, put air in the tires, a little oil in it, ordered a carburetor off of eBay, and it's starting to run. I put a brand new battery in it. It starts and runs, but it doesn't do it well. It takes a lot to get it to start. You'll sit there and crank and crank and crank, or you'll have to pull the airbox and physically choke it with your hand to where it gets extra fuel to start. It revs up really slow, and I call it the Valdez because everywhere it goes, it leaves a trail of oil. What it is the rings are so wore out in this thing that the back, or the pressure from the top end, is pushing the oil out of the breather and into the airbox where it's dumping on the ground and burning it and, you know, all of that. So it's definitely due for a rebuild. So what we got going on is I'm going to pull fenders, rack, carburetor off, pull the top end of the motor off. I have a top end right over here. Let's see, we'll move over. I have you on a tripod, but I'm still going to make it shaky and terrible. Alright, here we go. Over here on the shelf, on the table. This will hopefully be one of the last videos with the shaky tripod, because we're getting a new building. It's going to have a concrete floor, no more of this bouncy wood floor. So what we got, total gasket kit, head gaskets, valve seals, O-rings, the whole shebang. And I ordered on eBay. We have brand new piston, coated with wrist pin, brand new set of piston rings, and a remanufactured cylinder. It's been honed, so we can get y'all to see. It's nice and scored, nice and honed out. It's 50 over stock. So I got that. So we'll pull top of the motor apart. Probably as for today, I'm not going to get to this part. This video, we're going to go with taking the fenders off the front. That'll be today's entertainment. Because I'm sure y'all don't want a super long video. And honestly, it is 7 o'clock right now. I've had a full day of work. I'm hungry. I'm ready to go home and rest. But this four-wheeler ain't going to fix itself if I just go home and rest. So I do a little bit every day. I might be able to get it finished. So I'm going to set y'all over here. Should be far enough out the way, and y'all can watch me as I take this front end apart, at least down to the fender. I mean, I don't imagine too many people are going to want to watch, but, you know, every view counts. If it starts getting a bunch of views, maybe I'll even go ahead and monetize it, make some money off the thing. Maybe. Probably not. I got a new drill, by the way. It's not new, but It's a Porter cable. My brother found it. Battery was dead. It was in the junkyard. Somebody left it behind in the car. I bought a battery and a charger for it, including this one. This one charged up, and this thing rips compared to my Ryobis that are like 5 years old and wore out. So, still got my Ryobis, but I'm going to be taking this one for a test drive today. We need a 10 millimeter. Get things started. Pretty sure. Let's see. We got 10 millimeter? Nope. We got 12 millimeter. Yep. Alright, 12 millimeter. Don't want to lose the bolts now. Bolts. There's the rack. That easy. Now I'm wondering, write in the comments below, since I'm going through all this effort, should I paint these? They're supposed to be gray from the factory. The plastics are all busted. The thing's in kind of rough shape. Should I paint them black? Make it look a little fresh. Or should I just leave it the way it is and just rebuild it? But, you know, make it, you know, usable. Now, our next order of business is going to be unbolting the fenders from the plastics here, which looks like it's just a Phillips drive and 10 millimeter. I'm going to take these and the part that fell on the floor, wherever that may have gone, and I'm going to put them in this little bin. Keep them safe. That bin is going to go in that toolbox where all the other parts are going to go. We'll grab a flashlight and a magnet. See where that part went. Probably got lost. I am not seeing it at all. It just gone. I'll find it eventually. That's annoying. But it was this little guy. I probably saw it fall out. I heard it. I just didn't see it. That one's stuck. Alright. We need a Phillips drive and I believe that's a 10. It might be an 8. Kind of need to move the thing away a little bit. That is a 10. Alright. I'm going to swap this one out for Phillips drive, and because I am increasingly lazy, I'm going to put this thing in the air so that I can get to these bolts without them being in my way. Yes, this cart's not made for this, but boy does it work good doing it. May have modified it slightly to make it do that. That's probably good enough. Let's get y'all where you can see again. As good as the four-wheeler looks from the front, you can't see nothing. Alright, let's see. Move y'all right here. Y'all can see these little bolts right here is what I'm working on. On this side, they're just a Phillips head. So nothing fantastic, nothing special. I need a wrench and the Phillips drive on the impact. What's funny is I just put these on. It's the proper way to treat a new drill. Gotta break it in, you know. I put this thing together 5 months ago, I think, and I've just left it like it was until I, you know, built up the money to afford fixing it. Let's see, this one's kind of stripped out. Oh, it's part of it. It worked. This one as part of the ship part crew. Just keep dropping everything today, don't I? One there. Finally, one more here. Alright, that side's loose. Now, I'll show you the fancy thing I like about this cart. I'm going to put my drill over on this side, and I'm going to roll. Now I can get to this other side, because it is a small building, and I am a large person. Alright. Yes, I could have washed it before I brought it in here. I have thought of that several times now. But you know what? It's in here. I'm going to fix it. And you know what? The mud's not that bad. I could be working on something that's rusty. Man, this low impact works good. Does smell a little bit like burnt brushes though. Yeah, I can't wait. It's supposed to start raining tomorrow. It's going to get cold again. Because the mosquitoes are just now starting to come back out. And there's nothing more unpleasant than mosquitoes biting your ankles while you're trying to do something. And that's with insect repellent. Mosquitoes around here suck on that stuff for fun. Alright, that should be all of our bolts holding the plastic on. We're going to do is our T-switch here needs to be unplugged because it's part of the plastics. Bit of a stick there. There's one. There's two. That should be it. Should be ready to come off now. I heard that part fall some more. What I'm going to do is grab all my bolts here. I'll push this back over where it was and lower it down some so like yanking and pulling doesn't, you know, make it fall. Alright, I'll move you on back where you can see. Good enough. Let's see what I can do. Oh no, it was just the other one falling. Alright, now I've got two of them to find. Fun! Oh, it don't want to roll now. Go down before I do something bad. The fact that I have it too far forward and rear end heavy. Give it one, two more. I can get it all the way over. Close enough. Just let it. Oh, I was hitting tires. I got a stack of the tires for the Honda right there. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Y'all still see? Y'all don't want to look at my rear end. Close enough. Pop this that way. This way. The front end's off. That easy. Put this back here in the pile. The hoard. There's one metal thingy. There's two metal thingies. Cool. Put all my bolts over here so I don't lose them. Putting my tools over here so I remember to put them away. And that's basically it because I'm tired and I'm hungry. So y'all are going to go in freehand mode. Sorry. So we have the front plastics off. They really didn't help me much because there's still a lot of stuff in the way. But we have a better idea what we got. So what I'm taking off is a cylinder head. So pull the carb. I'm going to do that later because I don't want this left open where a bunch of, junk can fall in there. The actual part I'm changing is this part down here, where this little guy's attached. That's your timing chain tensioner. This is the actual cylinder where the piston is. This is the cylinder head. I'm going to service this. I got new valve guides, or valve seals, that it came with. I'm going to see what they look like in here. I may leave them, just not mess with them. But we'll see. But being that this is a liquid-cooled motor, I'm going to have to drain the coolant system, which there's the upper radiator hose, lower radiator hose, pretty easy to get to. We have our air intake here that I need to remove. This little plastic guard could probably go and make life a little easier. That's about it. I'm thinking, while I have it apart, I might go home and order a water pump kit for it. Here we go. I never even looked at that yet. There's a data plate. KVF 400A. I still need to order an axle, but I'm waiting on that, because this front axle is totally stripped out in the wheel. Not the splines, but the actual CV part of the axle is stripped out. But other than that, that's some good progress for one evening in a couple minutes. I don't feel like doing more. You probably don't feel like watching more. So, gonna go ahead and end this video here. Next video, I will probably be taking said parts over here off. Maybe even trying to take the head off. Don't know how I feel. We'll see. But, thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe. Have an awesome day.